What's up guys? Today we're here with a 2014 Honda CRV. We're going to be doing the rear shocks. So this is one of our mobile mechanic jobs. We will be mostly using hand tools for the purpose of the video, just to show you that kind of anyone can do this in their garage. Okay, one of the first things we want to do is we're going to want to remove this paneling right here. So there's like a carpet flap. Okay, you can just kind of, a little bit of pressure, boom, take out those clips. And then this piece, you start prying up on it. Okay, I use one of these. Now this doesn't pop out, okay? Don't try to do that because you'll break it. What you do is it slides up like this. Get you a few of these at the parts store. They come in a bundle, and you can use them for various interior projects so you don't mar up the plastics. These come out rather easy. You're just gonna be pulling back on the spare tire cover, and then these just come straight up, revealing those black bolts right there, which are coming up from the shock absorber. Same thing on this side. First thing I like to do is go ahead and crack them loose, because once it's in the air, you won't have the weight of the car to help you out. So you go ahead and just bust all 5 of these loose. So typically on most front wheel drive cars and kind of any car with independent rear suspension, they're gonna have the subframe in the back. This one is reinforced right in the middle to do exactly this. Make sure you place the jack stand and then remove the jack. We're gonna need this. And this is what we're looking at without the wheel. So just like I showed you in the trunk up here, we're gonna have those 2 bolts. And then down here you have 117. I already have the socket on it. Honda did something pretty cool with this bolt, and they made it conical. And you might think like, okay, whatever, but this will actually help you greatly when you go to put it back in. And a lot of automotive manufacturers do not do this. And what ends up happening is the thread ends up bending on the tip, and then it's really hard to get the nut on the other side. The CRV also does not have a nut on the other side. It actually has like that welded bung, which means you don't have to hold the back of it with a wrench or anything while you're turning it. You can just go for it. So here we are in the trunk, and these are going to be 14. It's going to break those free. It's going to be one right here and one on the other side of the tower. So here's where it gets a little tricky, but don't worry, no special tools yet. So I went ahead and I released the upper control arm from this point. It's just 1 bolt, very easily accessible. And then don't forget to unclip, or you can undo it from up here, the ABS wheel speed sensor, also the brake line. That way, you know, nothing's yanking on it, and this will give you enough play to go ahead and pull this bad boy out. Always make sure that you set the parts side by side. These have a different part number for left and right, and it's because of the angle that everything is pressed up in. And here's the new part. Let's just go do everything in reverse and put this bad boy in. So here's the sequence that I found works best. You know, you slide it in like this and you pick it up. You can even tighten the 2 nuts that are in the trunk, and then just go ahead and, you know, you can pick this up with a jack or by hand and put that conical bolt that we were talking about earlier, slide it on through there, and then drop this down and start tightening everything up. So to get the upper control arm, I had to place a jack stand and use the jack under the control arm in order to lift it up and make it a little easier for me. It was actually pretty painless. Alright, don't forget to clip the speed sensor back to the control arm, and also tighten the bolt that holds the brake line. Just like when we took it apart, you'll notice that up here it's got these tabs which essentially fall in right there. These holes right here get met up with these green tabs down here, and then these holes right here get met up with this flap. Okay, unfortunately I can't show you, I only have two hands, but this is probably the easiest part of the whole job. Alright, last step guys, with the car on the floor, make sure that you tighten up the lug nuts, because if you do it in the air, the wheel will be moving, you won't be able to get a correct torque. I am exponentially more sweaty right now than when we started this instructional video, but now we've got it all together. If y'all have any questions, feel free please to shoot me a message, drop a comment and a like below, and let me know what you want to see next.